This is my twin turbo K24 sequential Honda NSX that I've been building for well over a year, going on a year and a half. And today we have one mission with the car. That single mission is to get this thing to do a burnout. Now it should be fairly simple to do that. The car is gonna make an insane amount of power, at least 700 wheel. I'm shooting for more. We have two 55mm turbos hanging out the back, fully built K24. It's gonna make a lot of power. But as the car sits, it runs horribly. My buddy Brian, who's tuning the car, is going to be here in a few minutes. We're gonna go out, do some light street tuning. Of course, we can't do much. The car has no body, no glass, no nothing, but we're gonna do enough to hopefully get this thing to light up the tires. That's the goal. Let's get her done. So the current injectors that we have in this car are a set of AI 2200s. They're a massive injector to be running on gasoline. Trying to get the car to idle and run properly on gasoline on an injector this big is pretty difficult. If this was an E85 only car, it would be fine. So here's the plan. We're gonna go ahead and swap out the 2200s for a set of 1000s for now. And then later on, I'm gonna switch to a dual injector manifold. So we're gonna have a set of 1000cc injectors and the set of 2200s. Thousands are gonna drive like a factory car, which is what I want out of this thing. And the 2200s will allow us to make all the power in the world.
Have to rev it like high.
Give me the boost.
It needs launch control.
That's trash. Give me some boost. We left a mark.
Yeah, I think it's tires.
Oh, I should probably put gas in it.
Is it out of gas?
So 0.0. There might be a little bit. I got gas in here. Imagine spending over a year building the car of your dreams. You take it out for a cruise, end up getting in a wreck. The other person claims it's your fault, but you know dang well it was theirs. I would hate for that to happen to the Evo 8, and I would hate for it to happen to one of you guys' cars. That's why I've partnered with Redtiger to bring you guys one of their newest dash cams, the Redtiger F7 NA. This camera features a real 4K and Sony Starvis 2 IMX 678 sensor for all the high def quality footage that you need, making it easy to clearly read the license plate of vehicles ahead. As you can see in the comparison, the left side shows natural color reproduction with true 4K clarity, offering higher sharpness and richer detail. Even at nighttime, the quality is out of this world. The forward-facing 4K 30 FPS camera has HDR, which improves the dynamic range, ensuring balanced exposure and reducing overexposure or underexposure in challenging lighting. In addition, the app control experience is great. It can reach up to 20 megabytes per second transfer speeds, which is lightning fast. Whether it's saving evidence in case of a road rage incident or simply downloading clips directly to my phone gallery, the whole process is fast and convenient. Installation is a breeze. Front camera goes on the windshield, rear camera of course on the rear glass. Connect the cable from the rear camera to the front camera and power on the cameras either through the cigarette port, or if you're like me and you want it nice and clean, connect it straight to the fuse box. All the way until June 21st is the Redtiger 6th anniversary sale. So hit the link down in the description box below and use the code on the screen to save yourself an extra 15% off. Thank you Redtiger for sponsoring today's video and keeping the Evo 8 safe.
Well, oil pressure was at least good. Yeah, I built 0.4 pounds of boost.
That's it?
That's it. It needs launch control. I mean, at least it built positive pressure. That's better than nothing.
Washi's turbo just never spool. It ain't that big.
Is the speed sensor wired in at all?
Yeah, but like I said, it's a different sensor. That was weird how it got hot and then it just cooled right down.
It's an air pocket moving around. It's got to be. What are you going to try and do?
Burnout. There we go. Oh, she needs an alignment. Alright.
This seat's not bolted down, brother.
My seat's got one bolt in it. That was good. It definitely started building a little boost at the end.
Definitely started to.
Oh yeah, look at my marks, dude. She went sideways.
It did. It went sideways.
I'm trying to get on the brake quick, but we gotta be real quick with it. No, we need launch control.
It needs launch control.
Hey, it did a burnout. I'm happy.
It did do a burnout.
Well, that's a start. At least it runs.
5 pounds of boost.
Hey, better than zero.
Yeah.
Well, wired in that speed sensor, dude. Because we're gonna need like 40 pounds.
I bet you it'll build boost pretty quick.
Yeah.
You just need to be able to turn the launch control off, or else as soon as you hit it, it's gonna bog. I wonder if VTEC was crossing.
I mean, I do got a bottle of nitrous. We could always spray it.
Or not.
Why?
VTEC was never crossing over. That's a big reason too.
Dude, give me some VTEC.
Some VTECs.
We made a ton of progress getting this thing dialed in. There's one important thing that we need to continue on, and that is the vehicle speed sensor. In order to do this burnout properly, we definitely need some sort of anti-lag to light these turbos, to build some boost, to get her to spin. In order to do that, we need the vehicle speed sensor wired in. So let's go ahead and get that done. Now, it was wired in before when I had the H pattern in here, but when you go to the sequential, it moves the location of the VSS and it's a different style. So a quick wiring adjustment will get that sorted out, enabling us to use anti-lag and to get VTEC dialed in. She's building about 7 pounds of boost on the hit. We're gonna go do a burnout. It's gonna be a real good burnout.
I hope so.
one.
I heard it.
I think it does a burnout.
How hot is it? 220?
Probably.
Dude, there's something leaking. Maybe just water.
It sounds so good. 230. She a little warm.
It's a little warm.
Dude, that's so sick.
You drug the front tire probably 30 feet on the brakes.
Cooling system underneath the car.
Oh.
She developed a leak.
Well, it's probably now starting to build pressure and shit.
She got a lot of pressure. What's up, man? Yeah, she kind of loud. I was trying to get her to do just an actual sitting burnout.
Dude, you drugged the tires probably 20 or 30 feet just locked up.
There's no weight up front, so it doesn't work. Were you logging those?
It auto locked.
Okay.
I think it does a burnout now.
Dude, it's so fun, dude. I should probably fix that leak.
I definitely met my goal of doing a burnout. As you guys saw, she gets real rowdy, real easy, which is a blast. Now, unfortunately, it's a brand new build, so we have a couple problems to take care of. So when I built the K24, I installed this valve cover grommet kit. Now, I remember seeing some comments, people saying, you're gonna have problems, you're gonna leak. Well, the comment section was right. Those things leak profusely, as you can see. So I need to go back to a factory set, fairly simple problem to resolve. Obviously it sucks that our entire custom exhaust manifold now looks like complete trash. Subframe's covered in oil. I wish I would have caught that sooner, but I didn't. It is just a car. I'll fix it and move on. And then we do have a coolant leak. It's underneath the car, one of the pipes that runs from the engine to the radiator. We'll have to get on the lift to see what's going on there. But first off, let's get this oil leak fixed. Now this little kit that I found on the internet definitely looked nice on the valve cover. Looks better than the factory setup, but it doesn't matter how good it looks if it does not work whatsoever. That's a lot of oil, and that is a big disappointment. Now another problem is these bolts are different. So the OEMs have studs that come up, grommet goes on, nut goes on. Of course, I didn't expect to have this problem, so I threw away so I tossed all the factory hardware, which now I desperately need. So I know that's definitely going to take care of issue number one, which is the much bigger issue. Issue number two, coolant leak from underneath the car. This is going to be pretty interesting to figure out because it doesn't leak until the system is fully pressurized, aka you're beating on the car, pressurizes the system, and then it'll leak. Nonetheless, let's get her on the lift and try and figure it out. Car's on the lift. Like I expected, the cooling system leak is going to be a little bit difficult to track down, but I have something else to show you guys. It's a little bit silly, a little bit funny, a little concerning, I guess you could say. I don't think this motor mount set is made for cars that are going to make a bunch of power we did what, like 2-3 burnouts. This whole rear plate is supposed to be flat. You can see where it cracked the powder coat right there. Look at that. Look at the bend in this rear motor mount. From 3 burnouts, the car not even like hooking up and applying a ton of stress. Coming soon, this rear motor mount will have to be rethunk, rebuilt. Maybe I can pull this Innovate one off and reinforce it, because that is not gonna work. Coolant leak is fixed. That factory spring style clamp was just failing. Put on worm clamp, good to go. The oil leak is fixed. The car does phenomenal burnouts. The next stage of this build is going to be moving on to the exterior. Now I haven't decided what I want to do for the body of this car yet. I keep going back and forth. Do I want to stay stock body and just leave it like, I mean, an OEM NSX looks great as is, but there's a few kits out there, decent looking wide body kits for the NSX. I need to figure that out. I need to figure out if I'm going to stick with the NA1 front end, the pop-ups, or go to the O2 Plus non-pop-ups. There's a lot to figure out, a lot of money to be spent to get this exterior finished up. But with that being said, that's going to be a wrap on the day. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you for sticking along with this build for so long. It's by far my biggest build yet. I know it's taken forever, but we're getting there, man. We're getting there. The car's almost done.